Jai Hind dosto, and I welcome all the lovely viewers and all the charming aspirants of How to Crack SSB to the 30th episode of Youth Weds Passion Show. And in the last episode, we have completed the interview part. So congratulations to all the viewers, to all the aspirants. We have done the psychology part. We have covered the interview, and today we will be starting up with the GTO. So we will go with the GTO part, and then obviously with the conference, PABT, which we will be going to conclude in few of the episodes, and then I will going to start the interactive live sessions with aspirants, with the guests from various domains of Indian Armed Forces for your more exposure. So today is the 30th episode of How to Crack SSB Youth Weds Passion Show, and we are starting up with GTO. So GTO stands for Group Testing Officer Tasks. So GTO is Group Testing Officer, and we say GTO task, Group Testing Officer task. So as the name clearly explains the meaning of this assessment, it clearly defines that these are basically those tasks and those assessments which an officer will going to test in group. Now GTO is something which is absolutely different from both the psychology and the interview part that we have already done. Psychology and interview, where these two were specifically evaluating and assessing a candidate individually. आपकी individual level पे आपको assess करते हैं, psychology and interview. This group testing officer task is a very interesting test because it will going to evaluate you in both these cases. Case 1 with the group of candidates, and case 2 individually as well. So at majority, in major places, it's all about evaluating and assessing a candidate in a group. Because you can understand, this is very important. Assessing you at an individual level, your various capabilities and officer-like qualities is one aspect. The second aspect, which is very, very important, is when you are talking about the Indian Armed Forces, which is all about that, it's all about a mission, an army, a group of people. When I say one mission, one goal, one focus. So there's a group of people, soldiers, who are targeting moving forward with one mission and one goal. So the idea is, when you as an officer has to command so many people, so obviously assessing your own self, assessing your personality, your officer-like qualities in the group is very, very important. And while assessing you in the group, the GTO gets to know about various officer-like qualities directly, which in other tests cannot be identified so profoundly. So, qualities like, for example, if I talk about cooperation, your leadership skills, your speed of decision, your ability to convince, these kinds of capability can directly evaluated only when you are in a situation where these capabilities are reflected directly. So these are such capabilities that will only be reflected when you are with a group. So that is why GTO so scientifically has been designed so that a candidate who has to look forward, who has to come as an officer, can also be tested within the group, that do he has that particular element, that particular personality which is required to be an officer. Because one has to work not for the self, not individually, but with a team, with a battalion, with a group of people. So very important to test those abilities, those officer-like qualities which play a vital role when it comes to group. So The overall GTO, if I talk about, it is divided in two parts. So one is the indoor task and the second is the outdoor task. So in indoor task, there are two things that comes in. One is the GD, group discussion, and second is GPE, group planning exercise. The second part, which is the outdoor task. So in outdoor task, it is about multiple tasks like PGT, progressive group task, half group task, HGT, then your command task, CT, then lecturate, then individual obstacle IO, then final group task, FGT. So these two are the major broader categorization in which the overall GTO tasks are divided. Now, if I talk about the indoor and outdoor, the outdoor task setup is created in such a way, so deliberately and scientifically it has been created in such a way that to a candidate it looks more like a leisure playground area. So where you enjoy, like you are playing games, because that's something which is required from an officer, because you can understand, as I have always been saying in my other episodes as well, that when you are an officer and when you are on a mission, so on that mission, it is very important that irrespective of the surrounding situation and condition, you have to be very lively, exuberant, and maintaining your cool and calm, having absolutely stable mind. So that is why the overall feel of the GTO is like that you are in a playground. And on top of it, when something is given to you in a comfort zone, it is more easy to test and invoke your real ability which is within you. You cannot mold it. You cannot pretend something. It becomes easy. जब आपको हम लेजर में डाल देते हैं ना, जब आपको कंफर्ट जोन में आपको डाल दिया जाता है, जहां पर आपको फॉर्मल टेस्ट की फील नहीं आती, when you are not given a feel of a formal test, so at that point of time it becomes even more easy, or in other words, it catalyzes the process that your natural ability and personality and officer-like qualities will be very easily invoked from your own self, and they can easily be caught by the GTO. GTO can easily assess it. Yes, you have this capability or you do not have this capability. So that is why this setup has been created in such a way. Now, few very important things before starting about the GTO, though in a couple of episodes we will be doing GTO only, and then obviously I will be doing practically GTO part, how to do those tasks with you as well. But before we start up with the GTO, very important thing which I must tell you, though this particular point statement applies to all other tasks, all other assessment also which we have done, and I have said it earlier as well, but again I am saying because for GTO it is very important. When you are on the GTO, please be very attentive. Whatever things I am telling you, though everything will going to be like this, but still be very attentive, because GTO will going to tell you every single rule and every single thing which you have to keep in mind while starting up your test or the assessment. And whatever instruction the GTO has given you, you must abide to that. You must go with that only. In 99.9% cases, whatever I am sharing with you, the same will going to be there. But at times, something if he has given you which differs at a certain point, it is strictly recommended that please be very attentive. Don't go with a set perception कि मेरी आपने video देख ली, कि we have seen the Ujjwal sir video and we are going with that, or we have seen any others GTO video or any other person GTO video and we are going with that perception. Don't go with that. Please be very attentive. Listen to the instructions of that GTO, group testing officer, and go by that. This is a very important instruction you must abide to. Now, just to start with, today I would be just going to start with the first indoor part, the GD, group discussion. And in the next episode, we'll talk about group planning exercise and then obviously the other outdoor task. So we'll start today with the GD and we'll discuss GD, that what all things you need to do and what is GD all about and how you have to excel in GD, how you have to outperform in GD. So GD is a very normal thing. I believe majority of candidates must have been practicing or they must have participated in GD in their schools and colleges as well, because it's a very common task which is not something very specially done in forces, but yes, it is used as a very powerful tool in order to determine one's personality in every organization, in every institute. So group discussion, as the name says, that you have to discuss in a group. So in SSB, somewhere around 8 to 10 candidates, they are in a group, and their group is asked to sit in a circular form, and within a circular form, the GTO will going to give you any prevailing topic, which could be a factual topic related to the pollution in India, or in, let's say, Delhi, for example, the capital of India, or something related to politics. So any factual topic, prevailing topic, he'll give you, and he'll ask you to go for an informal discussion. Now please understand one very important point, that GD is an informal discussion, which means it is not a formal debate where you have to show this point that you are winning this game or you have won the overall discussion. Because in GD, this thing will going to be negative to you. GD is all about actually looking at those officer-like qualities which the GTO is interested to know. Like, I'll give you a very simple example and a very important officer-like quality which is reflected from GD. आपको किसी चीज का ज्ञान है. As I earlier said, you know something, good know-how you have, good insights you know, but you do not have the capability to express it. So that is called as power of expression. This is one of our OLQ which we have already discussed in our previous episodes. GD is a very powerful tool which gives a very strong blueprint of your power of expression, as in how much good you are in expressing your views. And also at the same point of time, it showcases your effective intelligence, your reasoning ability as well. And indirectly, I'll share with you how your cooperation, then how you just take social adaptability, social effectiveness, all these things. So in that GD, a topic is given and you have to do an informal discussion. Now I'll tell you few of the winning points, winning strategies, winning things which you need to keep in mind. That is the way to outperform in GD, and that's what you need to do in GD. Number 1, you should always take an initiative and always try that you initiate the discussion. The moment you initiate a discussion, it shows your power of initiative, or it shows your initiative officer-like quality. Initiative is one of the officer-like quality. So you should always try to initiate the discussion. But important, while initiating, don't get into any kind of a chaos or an aggression. Could be a possibility that you have planned, 2-3 more candidates must have planned in their mind that the moment GTO will ask that your time starts and you can start discussing, the moment they also take a lead. So you have to be very active, very attentive, and very consciously awake so that you can take a lead and your initiative is showcased. But it has to be very natural. Number 2, by any chance, if you are not able to start the discussion, at least try to take the lead on second or third number. As in, someone has started a discussion. Now you must try कि दूसरे या तीसरे नंबर पे आप अपना बात को पॉइंट को रख दीजिए. Number 3, could be a possibility when you are keeping your point, so you are not able to keep it very clearly, or whatever you have kept, someone who has given his point, you do not agree with that. So please do not get aggressive, or do not actually feel bad about it, or do not get into any kind of a chaos, because it is not a debate, it is an informal discussion where you are keeping your opinion, someone is keeping his or her opinion. Only that GTO will assess who is more effectively intelligent and more reasonably, who has a strong reasoning ability. Simple. किसका ज्यादा लॉजिकल बात किसने बोली. So the idea is don't get into any kind of an aggressive argument. आपने अपना पॉइंट रखा, दूसरे ने अपना रखा. Just keep your point very clearly and confidently. That's very important. Keep it with clarity. Confidence will automatically be showcased. Number 3. This is a way, this can be used as a tool or a trick where you can get a plus advantage and your other officer like quality is showcased. So what happens, almost in every GTO group, there are few candidates who are very weak candidates. When I say weak in the sense, there will be a candidates who are very strong and there are candidates who are weak. Weak are those one who are reluctant to speak. Weak does not mean that they are not capable. So weak only means that they are reluctant to speak. मतलब ग्रुप में इतना बात करने की आदत नहीं है, or they cannot keep their points, or they have a hesitation while speaking and communicating in English. So in such a case, if you take a lead, you can show your officer like quality cooperation. Like for example, you find that there is a chest number 10 who is overpowering and he's a bit aggressive, and there is chest number 3, he's trying to speak, he's calm, but that person or someone else is not giving that particular candidate a chance. So you can always take a lead that okay, chest number 3 wants to say something, let's all of us listen to him, that what he wants to say. So the moment you say this point, it shows your cooperation, that when you will be there as an officer and going with your battalion, you will always going to give equal preference to everyone and you are cooperative enough to keep and value your people. आप उनकी value करना जानते हैं. So this shows your cooperation. So you can take an advantage while you are in that. Number 4, sorry. Whenever you are giving your point, please do not make like this, that after every second, third person, you are keep on speaking. That shows that you are trying to be over smart. आप ही बोल रहे हो. And that becomes even negative. It is always required, always remember one thing. Brevity is a hallmark of an officer, I always say. छोटा बोलो, but इतना स्पष्ट बोलो और ऐसा बोलो जो सामने वाले को अपील कर जाए. आप कम बोलो, you only speak two times, not a problem. But speak something very strong and impactful, which shows very strong effective intelligence and reasoning ability. Then take a lead by giving other weak candidates a chance, which showcases your cooperation. And indirectly your initiative as well, कि आपने दूसरे के लिए मौका लिया, initiative लिया कि दूसरे को उठाने का, team member. So these are the very few important points that you have to keep in mind while you are in GD, and this will going to determine your winning strategy and for outperforming in group discussion. One very important point, please must keep in mind, GTO might be sitting at any angle somewhere around 20-30 meters away or 10 meters away. Please, some candidate try to they try to grab the attention of the GTO. It's a request. Forget it that you have come for a test or a GD. Take it as like in a school, you have been just asked for a very lively discussion and you have to keep your logical point of view and you have to make it a very healthy discussion. Just do with this perception. The moment you do it with an assessment perception or you try to grab the attention of the GTO will going to catch you and this will going to be negative for you because this will going to showcase as if you are trying to pretend. आप दिखावा करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. So please do not try to grab the attention of the GTO. And last very important point which I want to touch in the group discussion, which earlier in my various sessions many candidates have asked, that they are very strong, they know about the topic, they can give their points, but the problem is they cannot speak in English. So how to speak in English? That you can see my other videos I have recorded, even on my personal channel, youtube.com/Ujjwal Chugh official, which you can subscribe. There is a video how to command on English. But commanding, that is how to do it. But right now, all those who do not have a good grasp on English. So for you also, if you are not so fluent, still you can outperform in GT. So for that, you need to keep two things in mind. Number one, problem with weak candidates or problem with candidates who are not good at speaking or communicating in English is 50% of the game they themselves lose. मतलब अपने आप को हराने में 50% हराने में उनका खुद का योगदान होता है. How come? I'll tell you. There's a group of 8 people. 3 are from good convent school or from any city, or in other words, from any place, but they have a good command on English and they can speak fluently. 2 are very weak. So what happens when you see them at a first place, or you have seen them earlier, that they speak very well and you know that this is your weak point, तो आप वहीं पर demoralize हो जाते हो और वहीं आप tension में आ जाते हो. The moment you get demoralized or the moment you try to create this perception कि यार मेरी तो अंग्रेजी बड़ी खराब है, उसकी तो बहुत अच्छी है, you try to unconsciously you allow that person to overpower you and you yourself lose the game 50%. 50% game GD में आप हार जाते हो. So what is important as a remedy is, irrespective of the fact, whosoever comes in, person has a very good command on English communication, just forget it, don't give it a damn. आप भूल जाइए. Just be neutral. You just keep one thing in mind, that I have to keep my point. आपकी अंग्रेजी अच्छी नहीं है, no problem. Speak there. अगर तब तक नहीं improve हुई, no problem. Speak. टूटे फूटे शब्द भी अगर आपने बोले हैं, though it is required to converse in English only. But still, if by you get stuck up somewhere and at that particular point when you are stuck up, don't make a kind of a perception कि अरे यार ये तो गलत हो गया. Just with the neutral perception, keep saying. कहीं stuck up भी हो गए, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, आपने हिंदी का word use कर लिया. Still I am telling you, if you have that thing, you will still going to outperform and GTO will going to select. Why? Because please understand, when Indian Armed Forces assess you as a candidate for being an officer, it always assess you on all the officer-like qualities, and on those qualities which are a mandate, it will not going to give you any chance, or it will be very precise, and on few officer-like qualities which can be improved, or in other words, which are not very, very important for being an officer, or which definitely will be improved gradually, they might give you a leverage on that. But the only idea is you yourself should not lose the game. आप खुद हथियार मत डाल दीजिए. और हथियार खुद ना डालने का तरीका क्या है? Please don't compare yourself. Comparison मत करो कि यार वो बहुत अच्छा है, मैं खराब. Be neutral. अच्छा है, बहुत अच्छी बात है. आप अपना पॉइंट रखो. पॉइंट रखते रखते आप कहीं अटक गए, not a problem. You have used few Hindi words. Please still continue. And moreover, parallelly, the ones who have good amount of time for them to appear in SSB, please watch that video on how to command on English language. You will definitely improve. That video is on my personal official channel, YouTube channel, youtube.com/Ujjwal Chugh official. You can subscribe to that channel for more such videos, and there is that video as well, right? So the idea is, number one, please do not leave or do not lose the game by surrendering yourself. Second important thing is, if you are not good at communication or you are weak, first, say it clearly, whatever you are saying. Do not compare yourself. Just keep your point. And secondly, to these candidates, it is very, very easy for them that they must show their initiative. और initiative कैसे दिखाएंगे? As I have said, by giving others a chance. But problem is, this thing is related to the first part. Because when you surrender yourself, तो आप second वाले में तो कभी जा ही नहीं पाते. तो जिसकी कभी अंग्रेजी weak भी है, and the one who has kept 1 point and you have kept your 1 point, and in that you were not able to say it clearly, कहीं आप अटक गए थे अंग्रेजी में, you were not so fluent. Still after, let's say 2-3 minutes, you find someone who is much weaker than you, or in other words, he is not having the courage even to speak. You must get him a chance by showing your initiative that okay, chess number 2 wants to say something, let's friends hear this. अब ये जो इंग्लिश की स्टेटमेंट है, ये आप भी इतने तो आप भी बोल ही सकते, बट ये आप तब बोल पाएंगे जब आपने अपने आप को कंपेयर करके अपने मेंटली आप हारे। जीडी में पता है क्या होता है? मैं आपको एक जीडी का बहुत सिंपल स्टैटिस्टिक्स देता हूं। जीडी में अगर 10 लोग हैं ना, 10 में से 5 तो जीडी के शुरुआत के 30 से 60 सेकंड में मेंटली हार जाते हैं, वो तो पहली गेम से आउट हो जाते हैं। बचे हुए जब 50% रह जाते हैं 5-6, उनमें से 2-3 लोग होते हैं जो अगले 2-3 मिनट में उन 2-3 को ओवर पावर कर देते हैं, और वो उसके बाद कंपटीशन उन 2-3 में हो रहा होता है। So the idea is, if you don't want to get stuck up into this, only just go with the notion that is an informal discussion. Keep your point very clearly and very humbly. If you have got stuck up somewhere, fluency is a problem, not to worry, but don't surrender yourself and try to show your initiative as well. That's very important. And last, which I will say in the GDs, whenever you are appearing for the SSB, before that 3 months, 4 months, what all prevailing topics which are going in the market, just keep a know-how of that. Because any topic that comes to you, it is very important that do you have any knowledge on it or not. Because whatever I have just given you as the tips, strategies to outperform, there is very important one thing, and that plays a very important role. When you have a problem with communication, even it becomes more important. अगर आपको उस टॉपिक पे बिल्कुल नॉलेज भी नहीं है ना, तो आप और ज्यादा फंस जाएंगे. So idea is, if you do not have any knowledge on the topic, anyone who is a good speaker might be able to keep some point, but the one who is not so fluent, वो कुछ भी नहीं बोल पाएगा. And by any chance, any topic comes in for which you have a know-how, you will be able to keep yourself very reasonable, and you can keep very effective points. You can show your very strong reasoning ability. So before going, whenever you are appearing for SSB, please take a know-how 2-3 months before that, what all things have been there, the factual topics that have been has been going related to nation, country and society, all such things which are going on. And more of something which have got a national limelight. That's important. Limelight. So it's not about कि आप अपने एरिया का कुछ पढ़ रहे हैं. So that's it, and that is all for the group discussion that you have to keep in mind. So that's all for today's episode, and in the next episode we will be moving to the second indoor task, that is the group planning exercise, and then finally to the outdoor task. Till then, thank you so very much, and once again I request all of you, all the viewers, that all the HD recorded versions of this video are there on our media partner ExplainoExpoTV. So that is youtube.com/ExplainoExpoTV. So please do subscribe to their channel and press the bell icon so that you can get all the regular updates which we keep on sending as a videos over there, apart from this show as well. And please do share your comments, feedback in the YouTube video comment section, because your comments they act as a motivation tablet for me, where I am ready to burn myself for you people. So till then, thank you so very much for joining me live, and I really love you all, and we'll catch you guys in the next episode with the next indoor task, group planning exercise, and then we'll move on. Till then, thank you, bye bye, take care. Jai Bharat, Jai Hind. Thank you.